Our next speaker is another Dickinson resident who happens to be the North Dakota Senate Majority Leader. And Rich has had, I could say, a lifelong presence in the city of Dickinson.
Not quite.
Very close? Okay. And we do appreciate his service in the Senate. He's been a good voice for Western North Dakota, and it's just a great honor that he's at the pinnacle of his body, elected by his peers to that office. And it shows you the character of the man that he would do that and take that on and help everybody in the state to move forward. So please help me welcome Senator Rich Wardner.
Thank you, Brad, and it truly is an honor to speak to you people today. I admire all of you for what you do and what you contribute to this part of the state and to the whole state, as a matter of fact. I just want you to know that it is different being the leader than it is being just one of the senators working every day, because the challenges are a lot different. And I just want you to know I'm thankful for my time as assistant principal at Dickinson High School, because it's an awful lot like being in the principal's office when you're in the leader's office, because you sometimes don't get an opportunity to go out and work on issues. You're dealing with personality issues and putting out fires. And so I'm thankful for those days and experiences I had there. To this group, I just want to say that your theme about working together and unity, I think, is the right thing. And I commend you for that. And I really appreciate the cooperation between the counties, the schools, the cities, and everybody coming together to work together on this issue. There's no question that I believe that this summer we have come from where we talk about estimates. We've been talking about estimates all the time. We estimate there's going to be this many people coming to our town or in our school district, and we're estimating that there's going to need this many roads and we're going to need this amount of money. I think that's over. I think we have the facts. And I want to tell you that facts seem to work a little better with legislators across the state than estimates. There's always somebody that's poking a hole in the estimates. And so I really think that as we move forward to the next session, you people are going to have facts, and you're going to gather more facts between now and the next session, which will help us as legislators from out here sell what needs to be done. I would like to, at this point, recognize the fact that the last session, there were some shortfalls. I know some of you were not happy with everything that happened there, and that's okay. And I personally will take a lot of the responsibility as leader, but I'm going to tell you that the last days of that session was no picnic. And it wasn't the way I wanted it to play out. It's the way it played out. There was some other factors that created that, but I really didn't appreciate the last day and the last hour getting out of there. I want you to know the last day I went in at 5:30 in the morning, and I left at 5:30 in the morning 24 hours later. That was a day to remember, and there was a lot of stuff happened. A lot of decisions, final decisions were made during that time, and that's not right. It went so fast, we had to get done. And I think when it was all said and done, I think it turned out not too bad. But I want to acknowledge, yeah, there were some things that if I had my way would be different. But there are some positives. And when it comes to the amount of money that is being sent out here, it's much higher. Was it enough? Maybe not. But keep in mind that a lot of it's on a formula, and the estimates by the state OMB, and by the way, they don't make it. They use economy.com to do the estimates, and they're estimating a total at the end of the biennium to be 830,000 barrels a day. Well, we've hit that already. They also had a price of $75 a barrel the first year of the biennium and 80 the second year of the biennium. Well, we've exceeded that. Now, we still have a ways to go. And so we'll see how it plays out. But I believe that in the end, there will be more money than was estimated in the bill for all entities involved, and that's a good thing. But I'm not going to say anything until the final bell of the biennium is over, because you don't know what's going to happen in this business. But when things are going good, we got to make sure we take care of this infrastructure. I just want to say that one of the things that impresses me about this particular group is leadership. I remember when the hit came in Montreal County, and everybody was moving around in all directions, but you know what? They got it together and moved on. Williston, and now Watford City and McKenzie County have become the hot spot. By the way, I know that Watford City now qualifies as a hub city, because when I was there Tuesday, when I left the come and go, there was a panhandler sitting there panhandling for money. So they're a hub city. Now, that doesn't mean Stanley and Tioga don't have panhandlers too. They might. I couldn't believe it. As I pulled out, I thought, oh my goodness, they're here too. So they've made it in the big time. But I think that the leadership in this group is fantastic. The thing that I want to point out, not only have we gone from estimates to facts, but as we look to the future, I think we're turning the corner. Last week, I had the opportunity to be in Gillette, Wyoming. I hadn't really been in the city of Gillette. I'd been by there a couple of times. I was there on a tour. We went to the coal mines to see how they were doing and what they were doing and some of the challenges that they have. And by the way, if you're in the coal industry, they have some challenging times ahead of them, believe me. But I came away with the city of Gillette. I remember in the 70s when we talked about Gillette, it was a rough town. Things were not good in Gillette. They were being impacted, not only by the coal mining, but by oil and coal bed methane drilling. And I didn't hear many good stories about Gillette. I was absolutely taken back last week when we were there. What a beautiful city. It's new, it's clean, it's well run. Leadership. And we have those leadership type people sitting right here today. I have a lot of confidence that our communities are going to look like Gillette. And not only Gillette, I've been to Fort McMurray up in Alberta, and what they've done up there to take a town that's been impacted by energy and turn it into a beautiful city. I think those are things that we can look at and look forward to. A couple of things, I just want you to know that when they built the 5 lanes out of Dickinson to the Dunn County border, what a difference it made here. Some infrastructure. And 2 days ago, I was up in Watford City where they dedicated the bypass. I can hardly wait for the bypass around Killdeer, Newtown, Watford City, and Williston to be complete. Because I want to tell you, that will change the quality of life of those communities a lot. Now, there's other things, but that will be a major step in the direction. I just want to thank you all for what you do and the leadership that you provide out here in Western North Dakota. Thank you very much. Welcome to Dickinson.
Thank you, Mr. Leader, for those kind words to our association, our members. And we appreciate your service and leadership as well. It's interesting you talk about Gillette. I have a sister who has lived there for 30 years, works in the largest coal mine in the country, open pit mine for Arch Coal at Gillette. I don't know if that's the coal mine you're at, but you might have met my sister, one of the thousands of employees there. But what he's talking about in Gillette is what I've also been to Fort McMurray. I've been to the North Slope. I've been to all the major plays in the country and tried to learn what's going on there myself. And what he's talking about in Gillette is Gillette gets a significantly larger share of the resource dollars from the production in coal and all those other areas compared to what we get here in North Dakota. And then we're changing that. We're changing that. But what they did, I know 10 years ago, I talked to one of their city council members down there, and he told me, we're taking our money that we get, and we had to put it all into infrastructure to start with. But because the money's guaranteed by formula and we get it every year, we are now putting it into every quality of life issue we can. We're putting it into better parks, into better schools, into better college facilities, into better roads. And that's why Gillette is such a beautiful city. And I agree with you. That's where we need to be headed to. So hopefully that quality of life standard can come to us or back to us as well. So thank you, Senate Majority Leader Rich Wardner.